Good morning, it's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you doing the Sacred Path cards today. Today I've selected the Tipi spread. The Tipi spread gives an overall view of the life lessons you have created and reviews the future impact on how you're handling those lessons. In the Tipi, we find the home that lodges us and familiar things that nurture our sense of self. The conical shape of the Tipi allows the wheel of life's energy to spiral to and from Great Star Nation. The Tipi is also a movable lodge, demonstrating the flexibility of our people and reflecting the continued need for such flexibility in a changing world. The Tipi spread clarifies one's position in an often confusing world. So this is an 8-card spread, and I hope all of you are having a good morning so far. Started my day off listening to music and, well, a little meditation, then listening to music. Did a little exercise, cleaned my apartment a little bit. And now I'm going to do the Sacred Path cards and then go take a walk in nature, drink some green juice, and upload this video, and hopefully have a beautiful day. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give me a thumbs up if this information's been helpful for you. This is how I'm managing with the crazy shit going on in the world today. Okay, so I just asked Great Mystery and Great Spirit to come into this reading and help me speak from my sacred heart. Angels and Ascended Masters, please bless this reading so that it can be helpful to whoever needs to hear this. Speaking from my life experience at truth. I'm grateful to be able to share this message with you. So I'm going to draw 8 cards. The first card represents the past or lesson just completed. So let's see here. Take a couple deep breaths. Release any tension and stress. One, oops, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 7, 8. All right, so the first card is the past lesson just completed. So this gives an overall view of life lessons that I've created and reveals the future impact on how I'm handling my lessons. So the past lesson just completed is 37, Great Mystery, Original Source. The Great Mystery card tells us the original source is the creator of all life and that we are created in that likeness. We are free-willed co-creators who become the source of all we choose to experience in life. The buck stops here. We are totally responsible for all of our joys and all of our pain. In receiving this card, you're being reminded to give gratitude for all of your lessons. It changes any pain to gain. Focus on your creative capacity and you can change anything. It may be time to drop any blame, shame, or regret and take charge of your life. The victim role doesn't suit two-leggeds. We are created in the image of an infinite creator and are therefore limitless co-creators. In all cases, Great Mystery will continue to confound and astound us every time we try to figure it all out. Stop your mind's chatter and listen to the source. Original source shows us that mystery lives within us and contains all the answers that we need to find along the sacred path. The sacred path of beauty is experiencing the mystery of life without having to control it and the outcome from our tunnel vision command post. Go with the flow and watch the glory of a limitless co-creation. After all, Great Mystery is the divine plan and everything is on schedule. So that just reminds me to let go of, the controlling that I want to do in my life, and, trying to be the puppet master, or, the theater director, and, assign everybody their roles, and, allow other people to assign me a role instead of taking responsibility for my own role that I am going to play. Because a lot of times the role that others wanted me to play wasn't the role I was supposed to be playing, and then I become miserable, unhappy, and destructive. So that was a good lesson for me. So original source just reminds me that I learned that lesson, and that's been completed. And when I tap into that remembering of that lesson, I'm remembered that everything is on time, and even when I make mistakes, it's all going to be okay. I'm still going to end up wherever I need to be. And I don't have to recreate the same lessons that I've learned in the past to just create more pain. I would rather create beauty in my life today, and balance and stability to the best of my ability while remaining flexible. So that's a good lesson for me today. The second card represents the Tipi door, which is the present. This door represents the lesson we are learning in the present moment. So, water bird, peyote ceremony, new abilities. Number 4. So this is the current lesson. We're learning that we have new abilities. When we tap into Great Mystery's energy, we learn that nothing is impossible. Everything is within reach as long as we allow it. We can co-create something beautiful. When the people's spirit was broken, when the buffalo no longer roamed, when all our lands were taken and we no longer had a home, the water bird's reflection of the universes within showed us new abilities and gave us hope again. The truth is that we gather our plants in a sacred manner, honoring the life force of each plant and making our prayers of gratitude as we go. We always leave an offering of tobacco for the Earth Mother in gratitude for the medicine she has supplied. The crack in the universe puts us in touch with pure creativity and allows us to see our abilities and talents, confront our fears, and to move into who and what we are becoming. The raw potential that is the true self is the knowing that brings freedom to every person. The peyote bird, or water bird, is the totem of the peyote ceremony. This sacred medicine bird sees the pond, observes its own reflection in it. The gift of self-examination allows the seeker to see those aspects of self that lay below the surface of the physical reality and to discover universes of consciousness. The fears that do not surface due to denial can be accessed and handled through prayer and singing. The reconnection to Great Mystery and sacred ceremony is the mainstay of the peyote ritual. If the water bird's flown your way and brought you peyote ceremony card, you're being asked to recognize your immortal spirit. Look into the crack of the universe for new ways to develop the abilities that can enhance your growth. Remove any denial that keeps you from developing new skills. Use the talents you have to the fullest. The peyote ceremony card puts you on notice that opportunities to discover the self for expansive growth are now possible. You are never as limited as you believe you are. The resources of the true self are filled with potential. Conquering limitation created in the mind will allow you to discover these new abilities and know that all goals are possible. Remember that the decision to attack your fears is the beginning of the sacred path. So that is the TP door, and it represents the present lesson that we're learning in the present moment. So the third card is the future that lives on the other side of the present moment. The future is totally dependent on our living in the present, so the future will be supported. So medicine wheel, 7. Cycles and movement. So I know that I'm just going through a cycle and movement. I was ending some pretty difficult things that went on in my life. Difficult patterns that I think I didn't want to look at, or I knew about, but just couldn't seem to let go of. Stones that border sacred space, the hoop of life made whole. Eagle, coyote, bear, come sing with great white buffalo. Here we greet the winds of change, we praise grandfather sun, we honor the wholeness of all coming together as one. So the medicine wheel is sometimes called the sacred hoop. It's a circle of lessons that each person must pass through to complete their journey on the good red road of physical life. It portends a time of cycles and or movement. You're asked to notice which stage of the cycle you are presently experiencing. Is it the beginning, the creation, growing time, developing, or end cycle? So I was at an end cycle, and I have retreated to some isolation and hermiting because I know that it's harvest time for me. So it's telling me that with this card, I'm being put on notice that stagnation is over, new beginnings are taking root, because I've let go of the past, and it says don't get caught in old patterns. Notice which direction on the medicine wheel will assist you in forward movement, and apply that lesson to your life. Illumination and clarity, faithfulness and humility, introspection and goals, or wisdom and gratitude. It's now time to decide for yourself which movement will keep the wheel turning. In all cases, medicine wheel card assures that life continues. The quality of the new cycle depends on your actions, your attitudes towards growth. So if I continue to remain in a good attitude, know that original source has my back. I've learned the lessons I needed to learn, come into my new abilities that and blessings that I am being given right now. Know that I'm starting a new cycle and movement. I'm harvesting from what I've put in this last season, and becoming more productive. So that's my future. The fourth card is the Lodgepole card, which is the structure that holds the canvas of the hides or the teepee in place. This card represents or expresses the structure needed to sustain your present activities. So I need to continue advancing with my war bonnet, or like a war bonneted chief, rather than getting stuck in stagnation and going back to old unhealthy life cycle patterns and, ways I don't want to live anymore, or allowing others to, shove me back down into that role that I don't want to play anymore. War bonnet of the clan, warrior clan, honors you have earned, eagle feathers, lofty thoughts, courage you have learned. Teach us of the forward thrust, advancing to the right, parley now, counsel fire, wisdom true and bright. The war bonnet was the symbol of a chief, a warrior whose counsel was sought. Because of his wisdom, it was recognized by others. He had come to terms with his personal medicine. He earned the right to wear the war bonnet because he knew how to advance himself through acts of bravery, advance his clan through counting coup, and advance his tribe or nation through providing for all of its members. So don't waste precious energy on going backward or staying in the doldrums. You're now able to move on to the next step of the sacred path. I've earned the right to learn the next set of life's mysteries. Take your medicine bundle and all of its strengths it represents and charge forward. So that's what I'm doing. The advance can be on any level. Spiritual, physical, mental, emotional healings are understood through life's experiences. Well, nobody can really understand that but me, because they don't live inside of me. So I'm the only one to know whether or not I'm advancing, because nobody can feel my insides. So it's not for everyone else to determine how I'm doing. Everybody else can see what's going on the outside, but ultimately they're not knowing how I feel on the inside. But original source does, and I've been given new abilities, and I'm still going through cycles and movement, which is just a part of life, and I'm continuing to advance like a war-bonneted chief. So you can now approach your destiny with every feather you have earned, marking your past victories, and see the destiny you have chosen emerging before you. Your medicine is strong and will allow you the advancement you need at this time. So that's good to know. So that will sustain my present activities if I continue to advance like a war-bonneted chief, remembering the lessons that I've already learned to sustain my present activities. The fifth card is the Lodge Medicine card, and each teepee has symbols of protection painted on the hide covering. So this is the Dweller's Medicine, wisdom and gratitude. The card denotes the medicine that will assist you and the strength you can call on. So when I call on Great White Buffalo, wisdom and gratitude, North Shield, that is my personal medicine. Because when I stay in wisdom and gratitude, I'm grateful for the gifts that I have, and then that puts me in a receiving energy so that I can attain my harvest that I know it's here. You reap what you sow. North Shield, sacred place of the elders. In gratitude I sing your praise. Sacred buffalo, white as driven snow, hold my heart until the end of my days. Some type of wisdom is coming your way if you have chosen the North Shield card. You are now being asked to show gratitude for the new understandings in order to continue the growth process. Wisdom is one way in which you can experience the natural order of the universe and how it applies to your life. Wisdom is an inner knowing, that cannot be traded, sold, or stolen from you. Knowing is truth that has been experienced in your life. The North Shield tells you that you have learned a lesson and derived from it a sense of self that will serve you for the rest of your life. The successful completion of this lesson should be marked by prayers and thanksgiving or acknowledged in gratitude. In so doing, you will have completed the circle of the sacred hoop and honored the source of that truth. Remember that the gift of wisdom is in the heart of the recipient and remains alive as long as it is honored and as a blessing. So I'm grateful for the wisdom that I have gained, and it is a blessing because it will serve me for the rest of my days if I honor it. So I'm grateful for that. That's my personal medicine. The sixth card is the smoke flap card, which represents the hole at the top of the teepee where the hearth fire smoke leaves and returns to Father Sky. This card symbolizes the needs met and prayers being answered in the situation. So, Earth connection, empowerment, power place. So that's where I get my power from, is my Earth connection through connecting with Earth Mother. Finding Earth connection in the place that speaks to me, sandy beach or mountain, forest filled with trees, high desert or windswept prairie, I will know it well. It will make my heart sing of the river and the dell. You are seeking to be a way to become a catalyzer of certain life events if you have chosen the Power Place card. Being the catalyzer in any situation means that you are commanding your talents to affect some kind of result. This ability is learned through Earth connection. Your body can conduct the energy you need to create the desired outcome if you allow the Earth Mother to feed you the extra voltage. Find your personal power place and call upon the four elements through prayers and gratitude. Then you can command your talents for good and affect the empowerment of manifestation. In doing so, your needs will be met. You can make it happen by using your creativity and receiving the energy needed from Earth Mother. Remember that you are a catalyzer and you are totally responsible for your personal empowerment. So that I do know. So that is a prayer that's been answered, because I know that when I connect to the Earth Mother, that's where I get my empowerment. When our Earth connection is strong, we come to an at-one-ment with the clan chiefs, air, earth, water, and fire. We can change the weather, exact healings, and or commune with the spirit world when we are totally connected. This is the basic principle that medicine people have used for centuries to command the elements of nature. Earth connection gives the energy needed to use our natural gifts, abilities, and talents. Without the Earth connection, many plans and dreams will vanish, for they have no manner in which to become manifest. So I'm grateful to know that. The 7th card is the loose tightrope card, where the second smoke flap is not secured. Snow, wind, and rain can come into your lodge. So the 7th card represents the unexpected challenge in this situation. So sacred space and respect. If I do not respect myself or reflect that I respect myself or respect others, then it will not be returned to me. And in my past, you know, you teach people how to treat you. If you don't treat yourself with respect, then people will not respect you. And that was a very hard lesson for me to learn. And if I don't respect my home, other people won't. And if people don't respect my home, then they aren't welcome back. And I'm okay with that today, because that's a hard lesson. You have to be picky about who you let into your sacred space. Your body, your mind, your spirit, your home. Great mystery, teach me to honor the laws of sacred space, the customs and traditions of every creed and race. Great mystery, teach me to develop the talents that I own and to behave with reverence in another's home. Great mystery, teach the child in me to accept with grace the part of sacred mystery found in every space. Nature teaches us how to know ourselves in the purest way possible. If we listen and watch, every lesson of human living is given by the animals, the changes in the wind, Father Sky, Mother Earth, and all our relations. Each aspect of our world has its own space in which to create. If that space is respected by others, growth continues in harmony. The damage done to a child when his or her sacred space is invaded at an early age may require a lifelong healing process. This damage can be created through physical or emotional abuse, the destruction of belongings, the refusal to allow the child an opinion, favoritism of one child over another, parents not honoring the child's freedom of choice when selecting clothing or toys, neglect, or constant mother smothering. The instances teach a child through example that nobody is to be respected, and in turn that child may become self-destructive. When a child believes that his or her space, belongings, or persona are not held in high regard by others, he or she often carries that legacy of abuse into the future life situations. Many Indian children will be encouraged to find their favorite place to be by themselves. This is a lesson in choosing for oneself as well as a way to teach a child to enjoy the company of self. The Sacred Space card insists on respect for the possessions, ideas, homes, and persons of others. This also applies to demanding it for the self. Mark your territory. Respect yourself so that others will see that reflection in themselves and in how they deal with you. Be willing to say no. Sacred space means that you consider your body, feelings, and possessions sacred and will not allow others to abuse them. Only invite those who have earned the right into your sacred space. You are the one who sets up how people treat you, through how you treat yourself. In all cases, the respect you show yourself and other life forms determines how you relate to the planetary family. If you allow others to be destructive in your sacred space on some level, you don't have the guts to be disliked. It is not important to be liked by others, but it is to be important to live with yourself. Happiness begins within. So that's a good reminder for me to continue making myself happy, demanding respect from others, and when it's not given, then I have to walk away from them and love them from a distance. So otherwise, I'm abusing myself by allowing people to treat me like that. That was a hard lesson learned. So that's a good reminder. That's the unexpected challenge in this situation. Every day I'm dealing with people that are disrespectful. You know, that's just human nature. I'm trying to not be disrespectful to others in turn, you know, because sometimes I can, I've been through a lot of hard experiences and I can come off a little hard. So I need to remember to respect others as well. And, you know, the lessons that they've been through too. The streamers at the top of the lodge poles denote the purpose of the Tipi and the owner's function in the tribe. These streamers are victory banners. Therefore, the 8th card is the victory banner, which reflects the ability gained by the successful completion of the present pathway. So, Moon Lodge, Retreat 17. So this is the victory banner. Moon Lodge, place of receiving, time of going within, observance of body cycles, renewing life again. Retreating in the silence, sacred Black Lodge of the West, woman, child, and grandmother, Earth Mother gives you rest. The Moon Lodge is a place of woman, where women gather together during their menstrual time to be at one with each other and the changes occurring in their bodies. Long ago, during these special times of moon cycles, women were removed from the duties of the family and allowed to retreat to the Moon Lodge to enjoy the company of their sisters. During this time, she is allowed to release the old energy her body has carried and prepare for reconnection to the Earth Mother's fertility so she will carry in the next moon or month. Our ancestors understood the importance of allowing each woman to have her sacred space during this time of reconnection because women were the carriers of abundance and fertility. Women were the mothers who would increase the tribe by bearing children, bringing fertility to the crops through their connection to Earth Mother, and hold the dreams of the nation in their wombs until those dreams become a reality. Grandmother Moon is the weaver of the tides, the water or blood of our Earth Mother. So many women's cycles flow the rhythm of that weaving. In experiencing coupling for the first time, each woman was respected and loved gently so that no harm would come to Earth Mother or the tribe through rough sexual treatment of the woman. Sexuality was understood to be a natural and sacred pleasure. Each woman was prepared through the many lessons given by the other women in the Moon Lodge. Sexuality was looked upon as a natural act of fertility. As earth and sun create food for the people's survival, so did man and woman create offspring through their shared love. Originally, the woman nearly always had the final say as to which warrior she chose to share her life or body with. The exception to the rule was if she had been taken prisoner by another tribe or if her family was so poor they needed connections with strong hunters or wealthier relations who would then be responsible for the welfare of both families. Each enters the silence of the heart to discover the beauty of retreat and receiving. The Moon Lodge can be a symbol for men and women alike. Retreating and digesting the feelings that life's experiences have created is very healing. The Moon Lodge card speaks of retreat. Take a break. Your influence cannot be felt at this time because you're in need of replenishing your own energy. This is a barren time in a sense because you need to be alone and honor yourself for a change. Retreat is not an act of weakness, it's an act of strength. Without retreat, the future cannot take hold in the present. Make note that you are preparing for the time of fertile action by taking a rest now. Being alone at this time will allow you to do the things that give you joy without interference. Remember that miracles can happen when you repose and allow yourself to come to your new starting place in a gentle way. And I'm grateful for that. because that is a victory for me. That's why I'm living alone and I'm single and I've retreated and I am recharging my spiritual batteries, and that's an act of strength for me, because if I don't heal myself and digest the feelings that I'm experiencing right now, I won't heal. And then I will not be a whole partner for someone if I decide to come in union with someone else. So I'm grateful for that lesson today. It is a victory for me to be able to know that retreat's an act of strength. I tap into original source, great mystery. That's my past lesson. What I'm learning now is that I have new abilities. They're being shown to me. I'm in cycles and movement. I just ended a cycle and now I'm reaping a harvest. I'm continuing to advance on my sacred path like a war-bonneted chief, because I'm remaining with my personal Tipi wisdom and gratitude. That's my personal medicine. Great White Buffalo. And I continue to connect to Earth Mother and my power places for empowerment. And I respect myself and others, so that I am a good reflection for others, and I retreat and recharge my own spiritual batteries, so I don't become depleted and unbalanced. So I'm grateful for those lessons today, and I hope that you can find this teaching and morning focus TP spread helpful in some way, shape, or form. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Mother Lover out. Thank you.